Hello and welcome again to AA Home Garden. Thanks to all my subscribers and anyone new that's watching my content, welcome. I'm just going to give you a little tour of my backyard garden. Today is the 23rd of April. So I'm in the polytunnel at the moment. I have some potatoes growing in some tiny container, coming on really beautifully. You can see the leaves looking all nice. I have 2 pots of potatoes. These were sown from January. Okay, so I have my potatoes there. I have my lemon balm. Then I have my grape that I've repotted last autumn because it was outside, so it's now inside the polytunnel. And you can see little tiny grapes on it already, so the blossoms are coming through. Hopefully you could see those. So it's running all the way up there, so I'm gonna just trellis it all up in the polytunnel here, so I'm gonna have lots of room. I carry it inside because I had a lot of issues with the wet and heat outside in the winter, in summer last year. The weather wasn't consistent, so it causes a lot of splits on the grapes, so they are now inside. So it's in a massive container there. So that's it. So that's my grapes. There are a few carrots coming through. Carrots in containers. All of these are in container at the moment. I have some winter spinach, and I have some radishes and a winter spinach in this one. Then I have my yellow raspberry going on here, all in bloom, super early, and it's warm today. That's beautiful. And then this is the other grape that almost died. Then I broke it off, and now it's springing. Nice new branches going on there. So that's the main things that happen in the polytunnel at the moment. Haven't stuck it out totally yet. I take it outside. I actually removed the covers from my fruit trees yesterday, so you can see my fruit tree is laden in blossom. This is one of the cherries, so it's all in bloom. Nice blue sky today. I'm so happy. Hopefully this is the last of the frost that didn't seem to want to stop. And then over there you have my strawberry bed that I did about 2 weeks ago. So this is one of the cherry tree here. This is another cherry tree. I love spring. I just think when the trees are in bloom and all the different shapes of flowers and the smell, it is just magnificent. It is so beautiful. I love spring. So I have 2 cherries there, and this is the 3rd cherry. So I have 3 cherries, and guys, yes, they're in container. My grapes, my cherries, all my fruit trees are in container. So yes, we can grow things in container. So this is one of the blueberry coming on beautifully. So I think covering them did help a lot. I did knock a few off when I was covering them, but I think it was worth it because it saved the majority of them, I should think. So I think it was a good thing to do. Then there's another blueberry here. I love blueberries so much. Guys, blueberries are easy to grow and they're super expensive in the shop. Please have a go. Grow these things. You save a lot of money and they taste so much better. Then over here I have my Arowana berry, otherwise known as choke berry. This is loaded with vitamin C. So this is autumn bearing. Now when most of your berries and fruits are finished, then you can have your Arowana to make your jam or to make juice or to just snack on, and everywhere you look you can see bloom. So that's our Arowana berry, all in bloom. Then over here we have some more blueberries. I love blueberries. So far you have 1, 2, 3 gorgeous blueberry plants. and they're all laden. The only disadvantage of having them covered when they're in bloom is that all of them probably won't get to pollinate in time because they're opening up and then the bees weren't getting access to it. So it's like a catch-22 situation. You wanted to save your blooms because of the frosty nights we were having, but then we didn't have access to the bees. So I'm hoping now that they're open, I will save most of it. Let's see. Then I have my autumn bearing sunshine blue over there. So that's my evergreen blueberry, and it's in bloom as well, guys. I have blueberries, so as soon as summer starts, I should be eating blueberry right until winter. So I did it like that to make sure I have the summer ones and the autumn one because I love blueberry. Then look at my magnificent asparagus growing in container. So these were planted from crowns. So last year I let it went to fern, so you can watch my asparagus video. I think I posted up here for you. So I let it went to fern last year, and then this year I'm gonna enjoy my asparagus. So that's one container with asparagus. Then I have another one over there. You can see the asparagus coming through beautifully. And then the third container of asparagus is here. I can't see any movement yet, so I wait and see. Then this is my beautiful Jana Gold apple tree. Isn't that just beautiful, guys? I love spring. Spring is one of those months where the smell in your back garden is so sweet. Ah, look at that beautiful little apple tree in container. Flows of flowers on my Jana Gold apple tree, loaded. And remember, I was telling you about my graph. Now my graph have leaf on. That's my conference pear. So it was a total different size from the trunk of the apple tree, but it still take. That's my lovely conference pear with leaves on, guys. I'm gonna have apple and pear in one, and also this graph, I just pick it away to see if it was still green, and it is still green. That's another apple, so I'll check on that one after that was grafted afterwards. Then this is my tayberry in 2 containers here that I cut back totally. It was just spreading like crazy, but you can see blooms coming on shortly. I had to cut it back. It was just spreading so wide and taking over everything. So because the roots went through the containers I had it in previously. So we will get some tayberry, probably not as plentiful as last year, but we'll have some tayberries on those. Then I have some potatoes outside. Beautiful potatoes. I think this one is called Desire. So beautiful potato going on there. Then over here I have some more raspberry bush, and just like the blueberries, I make sure I have summer bearing and autumn bearing. I guess you can guess by now I love fruits and I love berries. I have loads in my garden. So that's my summer bearing one here. One container there, another container of summer bearing raspberries coming through. Guys, the sun is out. Spring definitely feel like it's here again and not winter. And I'm having fruits and everything. And then over here is another container. Guys, whatever container you have, you can plant in. There's a clothes basket there. And I have another set of blueberries. Sorry, I should say raspberry in. So you can see more raspberries popping up all over. I just need to come and fix them up now because I've just taken off the cover yesterday. More raspberry. So I have 3 containers of raspberry. And then over there is another container of raspberry. But that one is the autumn bearing raspberry. Okay? So I have raspberry everywhere. But I'll show you something. I think it was a good thing I did the covering because I've seen a few damage on the tips. So like where it was exposed out of the covering, you can see the color have changed a bit. So I think it was a good idea to cover it. And I can see I showed another little damage over here because we had autumn We had the frost very late. You can see a bit there, and you can see a bit there. So, but they've survived, and they're looking good. And I have the raspberry cane running all over. There you can see another little bit of damage. So it's a good thing we cover it. And we can see raspberry just everywhere, guys. We're gonna have raspberry sauce, raspberry and pancake, raspberry tayberry, everything. Then over here I have my Chilli Guava. It grows very slow. I had a little branch broken off and I just stick it in the ground and it's still alive. It's green from last year. That means the roots have taken. So that's my Chilli Guava. Then my faithful red giant mustard. I need to eat these leaves because I know as soon as summer arrives, it's going to bolt because it doesn't like the heat. Then I have my elephant garlic there. All in container, guys. Then this is my gooseberry. Careful. Oh, these thorns. Careful with these. So this is my gooseberry. Then I have my pomegranate over here. You can see tiny leaves coming through. So yes, it is alive, guys. It is alive. The garden is looking beautiful and it's all uncovered. That means spring is definitely here. So I have it right here. I should have probably trimmed up some of the tiny branches, but I'll leave it for this year. See what happens. I'm not going to mess around with it too much because I haven't got any fruit from it yet. So I'm just leaving it to do its business. Then over here I have my kiwi. Kiwi is alive. You can see the buds are alive. So in the next 2 weeks thereabout, you can see this one coming out better. So in the next 2 weeks, we should have loads of leaves on this kiwi plant here. And then I have my loquat, which is not looking perfect, but it is alive. I kept it outside. It was a very tiny young plant and it proved that it can survive. I had a little shoot coming up. They're all damaged, but I know it will spring back. I probably cut it down some more, let it spring from there. And then I have nice rose coming on as well. Nice pretty rose in the garden. So the garden is looking good. And then when you see this garden in another 3 weeks or so, you'll be surprised what it looks like. So let's take it to the other side. Then nice little flowers. Was open yesterday, it's closed now. This is the other strawberry bed that I had from last year that got overcrowded, so that's why I had to create another raised bed. But remember, when I took this cover off, they all look dry and didn't look right. Look at them now. Look how healthy and green and still shooting new leaves everywhere. So I covered because sometimes the weather is too harsh in winter. We can lose our strawberries. And I know a few people have lost their strawberries and I didn't want it to happen to me. So that's why I cover it in winter. So there you have it. I have 2 massive strawberry beds. I'm looking forward to some nice juicy strawberries. Then I have some wild garlic here. And then I have my magnificent bayleaf plant. It's shooting new shoots everywhere. It is so healthy. Remember last year, no, it wasn't, what, 8 months ago to be exact, when I repotted this, and it's just loving it. It's getting new shoots everywhere. And I have 2 little plants, one there, and I have another little one right over there. So I have 2 little plants coming from my bayleaf. So guys, that's what's happening in my backyard garden, my container garden, guys. You can plant in container. So thanks for viewing, and if you like, thumbs up please, and remember to like, share and subscribe and get out there. It is spring. Get planting. Until next time, see you. Bye bye.
Like, share, subscribe and click the notification bell.